How to repair credit like a pro. I will show you step by step how to boost your score fast. So if you are one of those people that tried or dispute a negative item from your credit report and you get it back, the letter back from the credit bureau saying that it has been verified, obviously it's not that, consequently it cannot be removed from your credit report. I'm going to show you what you are doing wrong and what you should be doing to solve that issue. So stay to this video and you're gonna go through that. First of all, I want you to download a copy of your credit report from this one of these sources, right? You can download, I usually download from Identity IQ, from my score IQ. This one provides side by side. All of these three provide side by side credit report from the three main bureaus nationwide. I mean, Equifax, Experience, and TransUnion. Right? Identity IQ will provide you with your Vantage score. My score IQ will provide you with the FICO score. So you can, let's go straight into it. Step number two, dispute and update. Why is it going into step number one? Yeah, first number one. Okay, step number two, dispute and update your personal information. So the first thing you have to do is to dispute and update your personal information. I'm going to tell you how powerful this is. So the information on your, the personal information or your report, credit report, those information link to that. I don't know, let's say you have a Verizon, right? You have a Verizon bills or credit, reporting here delinquent on your credit report. If you have a variation of your name that was used to open that account, guess what's happening? When you come here, you update your name correctly. Obviously, it's not you anymore. Even though, I mean, it's gonna kind of break the chain of custody to link you to this account, and it's gonna make it very easy now to dispute. I'm gonna show you an example. And so did all the information here. Remember, the information here have to be consistent across all the three bureaus. Same thing, right? Make sure you clean your personal information section. I want you to start here. Don't make the mistake. This is where a lot of credit repair process will fail. This is where I insist, because it's very important to understand that updating information in your credit report is the very first step. Make sure you get it updated before you move to the next, or you move before you do anything. So it just can take you, depending how good you are and what type of method you are using, it can take you 1 week or 2 weeks. Don't be in a hurry to do stuff in the wrong way, right? Take time. Credit repair is not overnight process. It's not an overnight process. It's a long process. Remember, you took time to mess up your credits. Don't just think that you're gonna wake up the next day when you want to fix it and see that everything is now okay. No, it doesn't work like that. There are steps that you have to follow if you need a consistent and permanent good result. So start here, cleaning. Make sure you have one employer here. Make sure you have one previous address here, not many. Or you can even ask them to remove. It's your credit report. You tell them what is supposed to be here. They don't tell you. You tell them. That's how you update this part. You tell them, okay, I was the letter you're gonna send to them. You're gonna say, okay, I have reviewed my credit report and I noticed this inconsistent false error on my credit personal information section on my credit report, right? And you said now you start saying this. I want you to remove and update anything on my credit report to this. This is where you're gonna say my name is. You tell your first and last name. Also non, leave it blank. Ask them to leave it blank. Former, leave it blank. Date of birth. You're gonna give your date of birth. So it has to be the same consistently, because those three bureaus. Current address. You provide your current address here. Very, very important. It has to be legit. It has to be one address across the three main bureaus. Previous address, I already talked about. So this is how you do it. And when you write a letter, you're gonna send a letter to TransUnion, SPN, and Equifax to do exactly just that. And if you need a sample letter of updating your personal information, just text me and I will provide it to you. So, step three, freeze your nationwide and secondary credit bureaus. Yes, I want you to freeze your Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And I made the job easy for you, right? This is the phone number. You can call them. You can go on their website and just do it by yourself, right? If you have an account, you can go on Experian. This is their phone, their contact. So I made it easy for you. You can send a letter, you can call them, you can go do it by yourself in the website. If you don't have an account, you create your account and go and freeze. Just click on freeze. The process is very easy. Actually, I have videos where I show exactly how to do that. So, secondary bureau. Well, a lot of people when they are in the process of doing the credit repair don't know that the secondary credit bureau agencies are one of the most dangerous, and if you ignore that they exist, you will never be successful. I'm sorry. Let's say you have a bill. Let's say you have an utility bill. It can be internet, gas, electricity, right? Or a Verizon bill or negative item reporting your credit report. So let's say you have a Verizon bill. Let me just take a specific example. Let's say I have a bill. I'm taking Verizon because I had Verizon in the past, right? Verizon was reporting a negative information on my credit report. Back in the days, I didn't know that I had to fight. I was fighting with Equifax, Spain, and TransUnion. I was not successful because every time I would send a letter, it would come back verified. So what was happening? I was not going to. It's not Verizon. I mean, it's not Equifax and Spain that had that. Remember, EOSCA, we click and ask this guy to verify. They will send now an automated message to the secondary bureau, to the source of where that information is coming from. Where is that coming from? Remember, it's coming from the secondary bureau. Those are the guys furnishing those information to these guys. Now, on this specific case, the utility bill, who is providing it on the secondary bureau is this guy, the NCTUE. So this is where you're gonna have to request a report of your credit. I mean, a copy of your credit report from this guy. They have the same right, like the main bureau. You have the same right on them. They have to provide you with a copy if you request. Now you have the copy, you can call them or you can go on this website and just request it. It's very easy. They're going to provide you the copy. This is where you're going to see that information that they have it in their record. Your credit report there is there. So what are you going to do? You're going to dispute it from the secondary bureau. You're going to dispute that specific account with NCTUE. Now that you have done it, guess what? If it's clean here, if it doesn't exist here anymore, what's going to happen? Very easy. You're going to just now send a new dispute letter to these guys. They're going to send the process. They're going to do the same process. Ask again this guy to verify the information. When they ask this guy to verify, they don't see it here. Guess what? They have to delete it. That's exactly what happened. So that is why it's very important to understand the process. It's not about doing a credit repair. It's about understanding the process. I don't need any AI automatic system to do my credit report. I don't actually, to be honest with you guys, I don't really rely on the power of those software or website or whatever to do the credit repair. I take the command by myself, and I'm very very aggressive with the system. Yeah, I know what to say, how to say it, and when they see the letter coming with my laws, I mean the laws that is the consumer law that I'm gonna cite on that specific account to get it removed, or my ammunition that I put together. Yeah, I will say 95% of cases I will get it done at the first run, like the first letters. I don't usually go to the second. I'm not saying that I never go, but trust me, it's very powerful. But anyway, so you have to know which secondary bureaus is reporting to these guys. It's gonna make it very easy. So you do the same process. If it's ARS, you have to go here. If it's check system clarity, you have to do your researches to know what type of account you have, the negative account, and who is reporting it. And you go back here to the secondary bureau, to the source, this because that is the source of the information. If they remove the source and the credit, and yeah, that credit report profile is frozen, how are they going to get that information? How the nationwide credit reporting agency are going to get that information? Because they're going to ask these guys, first of all, you remove it, right? And then you froze it. So it's removed and your credit is frozen. They can't get the verification, right? If they cannot verify, guess what? The FCRA that protects you says you have to remove it. So simple. Yeah. So that is the process. So be mindful that that is what you need to do. So next step, identify all the negative items from your credit report. These are the negative, or these are some of the negative items you can have: collections, charge off, late payment, repossessions, student loans, medical bills, public records, can be bankruptcy, court record, eviction, conviction, tax lines, and other monetary judgment. Guess what? They stay in your credit for this. The public record, they stay in your credit report for 7 to 10 years. So hard inquiries, 2 years. The utility bills, we just talk about utility bills, internet, electric, phone carriers, so water bills, check system. The check system, it can block you from opening a bank account. So if you are one of those people that have been in a bank one day and they refuse to open checking account or savings account, is because your information in a sec in the in check systems. So what happened is because you were involved in some fraud, you have a bounce check, stuff like that, delinquent stuff. Because when that happened, they put your information on alert in the check systems, and that is how those banks that in this organization will receive that information every time you apply. They verify, they run your background on that system to make sure that you are not there before they actually go ahead and open that account. So child support issues, so how long negative items stay on your credit report? Collection, 7 years from the original delinquency date. I want you to understand this very closely, because it's not from maybe the last payment, no, from the original delinquency date. Because what usually happens on your credit report is they violate that requirement of that date, and they keep updating that date. So that it means that when there's a violation, especially on the charge off, you will see that the status of limitation is violated. So they keep repeating, putting charge off every month, stuff like that. Yeah, that's a violation. So late payments, you have late payment 30, 60, 90, 120 days. You will see on your credit report, right? Again, 7 years from the date of delinquency. By the way, I want you to understand that the late payment for it's difficult to take it out of your credit report. Excuse me, to reverse it, because late payment you don't normally remove it, but in some specific exceptional cases you want to remove them. But in general, you want to reverse the late payment status to okay, or pay on time. Yeah, that's what you need to do on a late payment. That's how you dispute the late payment normally. So, and you have to be mindful of the time, like how old is that late payment account on your credit report. If you have a late payment that is new, like 1 year or 2 years, trust me, it's killing you. It's killing your credit score. And that is the best time to remove it, to fight it, dispute it, and take it out. To reverse the comment. And yeah, if it's like 6 years, after like 3 to 4 years, it kind of, the effect of that negative the negative effect will reduce on your credit score. So you don't, if it's like 6 years, well, just be patient 1 more year, because it's not hurting your score anymore, to be honest. Like if I have people that have like a 780 or 820 credit score, and they have one late payment that's going to fall off this year or next year. So you understand that it's not having like a very bad effect anymore. So Just tell them I remove a lot of delinquent and negative item from the credit report. That one I'm just saying, let's just leave it. It's gonna fall off in a few months, stuff like that, because it's not really hurting that credit report. So you have to be mindful of that. Repossession, voluntary or involuntary repossession. So when they come and get the car back from you because you are not making your monthly payment, right? You park your car somewhere at work. Yeah, I want to remind people here because this happened to one of my friends. I guess like 7 or 8 years ago. He went to work and he called me in the middle of the night and said, "Well, I can't see my car." And I woke up, I was sleepy and stuff like that. And he said he cannot see his car. I'm like, "What happened?" He told me, "I'm positive. My car was here parked, at the job site, stuff like that." And I was starting like, "Well, do you have monthly payment on that car?" He said yes. I'm like, "Oh, okay, now I get I understand what's going on." Call your in the morning. I asked him, like in the morning, call your car loan company or whatever, and then they're gonna tell you what's happening. So the next day in the morning, he called me back and told me that they took the cars. They came, they took the car because I don't remember how many payment he skipped. Yeah. So be mindful. Repo. When you take a car loan, you have to be paying. If you don't pay, that's good. That is what's going to happen to you, and it's very also dangerous and it's bad. It's a very bad item on your credit report as well. So student loans, late payment, defaulted. Yeah, 7 years from the days they reported. So medical, I mean, from the day you do make the last payment. Medical bills, collection, 7 years. Chapter 7, the bankruptcy. You see, 7 to 10 years. So the chapter 7 bankruptcy is 10 years. The 13 is 7 years. Tax light also. So you take your time and see what type of items you have on your credit report here and see how long, if you just leave it like that in your credit report, how long it's going to stay in your credit report, and that is also how long it's going to hurt your credit report. That's how it's going to kill a credit score. Okay. So how credit scores are calculated? I want you to be very mindful and understand this process. All right. So most lenders use the fair Isaac Corporation, commonly called the FICO score model. I know there's a FICO, and there are so many type of FICO as well, and there's also the Vantage score, and there are so many Vantage score. But in general, the FICO is the most used credit score type or format that they prefer to that lenders use the most. So 35% of your credit score is from the payment history, is your payment history, right? 35% is your payment history. 30%. So that's why, excuse me, let me go back on the payment history. Okay. I want you to understand that you don't want to miss payment on your credit history. This is why. Just imagine like you have been paying your your credit card payment or back for the past, let's say 20 years. You have a very good credit score now, right? Unfortunately, you forgot whatever happened. I don't for any reason you did not make a payment. You miss one or two payment. Just one missed payment can hurt your credit score for maybe like 75 to 100 points or even more. So I want you to understand how you're gonna say it's unfair or this stuff. Yes, it's not, but understand that it's very bad. It's 35% of your payment history. So you must pay your credit balance, loan, or whatever time and overtime, right? Next is your credit utilization is 30%. Okay, I want you to understand that your credit utilization is also very important. If you have, I'd advise people to not to go over 30%. And in most cases, I want people to stay between 0 to 10%. From 0 to 10%, it will not affect your. I mean, it will be a good effect on your credit score. It will increase your credit score. Will actually increase between 21 to 30. It's gonna be like it's gonna be neutral. So if you have a credit card with a limit of 1,000, right, and you use you, it's better. It's good for you to use a maximum of 300, right? So that's 30%, and also if your utilization is like 10%, so like $100, that's okay, that's good. And pay on time, okay? So next, and that is also very important to understand that the credit limit is extremely capital and important, because if instead of having a 1,000 limit, credit card limit availability, you have a 50,000. So what is 10% of 50,000? You see, 10% of 50,000 compared to 10% for 1,000. So I want you to understand this concept. So every time, if you have a credit card now, if you have a credit card, you have to remember that every 3 months or 5 months, I want you to go and request a credit limit increase to improve your power. Okay. So the length of credit history. So how long have you had that credit card? 10 years, 15 years, 20 years is going to impact 15%. So the credit mix. What is the credit mix? The credit mix is the mix of type of credit. If you have a student loan, if you have a credit card, you have two, three credit cards from different creditors, and you have the student loan, you have mortgage, you have car loans, but all of those you are paying on time over time. It counts 10%. Now the new credit, every time you apply for you open a new credit line on your credit report, it will recalculate, it will do an average credit age, and that counts 10%, right? Now, let's go back on the credit score. The credit score from the FICO is rated from 300 to 850. I want you to keep that in mind. So, bad is between 300 and 599. Poor is between 600 and 649. Fair between 650 to 699. Good is between 700 and 749. Very good is between 750 and 799, and excellence between 800 and 855. When you work with us, this is where the minimum that you're gonna be is between, you're gonna go between very good and excellent. Yeah, there is no way you can be less than that. Again, the process is time consuming. You just need to be patient, okay? And also remember, the credit card is not your money, it's other people money. So you need to understand how you can use it to your advantage. Or you can also, if you use it badly, it's gonna kill you. Okay. So 5-1, dispute and remove all the negative items with the secondary bureaus that are furnishers holding the items. I already talked about this. So these are the secondary bureau that you're gonna have to go and check and hunt. Make sure you're going to identify what type of negative item you have on your credit report, and go back to the secondary bureaus, dispute those items, and dispute those items. It's already frozen, right? You already froze. It's already frozen. So you dispute those items with them. When it's successful, now you can go back now with the credit, the main credit bureau, the nationwide Experian or Equifax or TransUnion that is reporting that item, and dispute with them. It will fall off. I mean, they will take it out, because they don't have a chain of custody to actually verify that that account is legit. Because when they send the information to the secondary bureau, it doesn't exist anymore, right? That is how we also take care of stuff like a bankruptcy. The bankruptcy is one of the most dangerous item on your credit report, and it's also one of the easiest one for me to remove. So if you have a bankruptcy, don't hesitate to contact us, and we will take it out from your credit report. So the do it yourself, or watch my videos on how to remove each of the following items from your credit report. So you can do it by yourself, right? It's not difficult. I mean, at the beginning, understand that the concept may be confusing and very challenging. A credit repair is not. I want to be honest. It's not easy. It's time consuming. You have to be diligent. You have to know what you're doing to be successful. Don't just jump into the credit report without any plan and think that you're going to be successful. No, I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it for a very long, 10 plus years. When I started doing credit repair, back then, all these websites, all those stuff were not there. We had to use the letters. I remember I studied the credit repair and do how those stuff with books. Yeah, I still have those books here. Yeah, but today is easier. So again, Don't try to do this to rush on the process. Don't skip anything. Those are the items you want to remove your credit report. I have videos on each of these items. I break each of them down. I break the process in baby steps. You just follow, watch my videos, and prepare your credit report. Low your credit utilization. Fast boost. I talk about the credit utilization. You want to have a very good, very low credit utilization. So if your credit utilization is more than 30%, just know that's hurting your credit report. Credit utilization, but it's hurting. Yeah, it's hurting your credit report, and you have to pay it down to a reasonable percentage, which is below 30%, right? So if you have 1,000 limit, keep balance under 300, ideally 100, which is 10%. As for how to fix it, pay balance is down. As for a credit limit, in case I already talk about this, split payment before statement closing date, that this can raise your score in 30 to 45 days. All right. So, yes. So, add positive credit history or trade lines. So, if you have thin or damaged credit, secure credit card, pledge loan, pledge loan account, authorized users, you can actually leverage that to to increase your credit report, to increase your credit score or to repair your credit. Okay, because these items, what happen is every time, like the pledge loan, right? When you have a pledge loan from Navy, for example, you can get is a personal internal product that they have, and the effect on it, because they report to your credit to the treatment bureaus, and it will increase your credit score if you pay on time. So I will also load a video on how to open a pledge loan, how the pledge loan law works, secure credit card as well, authorized users, all those. Yeah, authorized users. So it's what we call trade line. So you actually add the trade line from a credit report, from someone that have an existing credit report, a credit card, for example, that is on time, that is paid with on time, over time. So that has very good history, no delinquencies, and yeah. So those stuff that you can consider to help you change your financial habit. Yeah, subscribe to a credit monitor plan account and monitor your credit, weekly, monthly. I monitor my credit daily. Yeah, I have notification. If anything change on my credit report, it will notify me. So don't apply for any credit while repaying credit. So keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. There are a lot of stuff you cannot do when you are repairing your credit, because it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna mess up the process. So be mindful. How long does credit repair take? So some people say, okay, it's 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. So a minor issues, if you have minor issues, it can take between 30 to 60 days. And if you have stuff like, when I say minor issues, like what can I say, hard inquiries, we can take it out, yeah, even earlier than this, for sure. Days, man of days, but we cannot give you a deadline, but that is how it works. So a moderate damage between 3 to 6 months, major damage 6 to 12 plus months, right? Consistency is equal result. Be patient, be consistent. You need to, if you are doing your credit by yourself, you need to be meticulous. And if you are doing with a credit repair company, you have to participate, because there are information you will have to be providing. Like when you receive letters, you have to upload the file or your account that you have with them, so on time, and let them know so they can use it to move the process faster. Okay. So how to repair your credit summary. So this is a summary of everything we have talked about. So pull your credit report from nationwide reporting agency. Dispute and update your personal information. Freeze your nationwide and secondary credit report. Add positive account trade lines. Change your financial habit. Follow these steps to be successful. Guarantee that if you follow these steps, you're going to be successful. You are not going to get those letters back again saying verified. So take time and enjoy your success, right? So this is what happened with someone that actually repaired his credit. He went through that process. He followed the steps. He followed the process, right? Now, success has evidences. Everything is removed, right? The credit that was poor went from poor to good excellence, very close to, that's what happened. So, be be grateful, enjoy your success, and yeah. So I want you to watch my videos on how to remove each of the negative items from your report that we discussed in this video. So if you need the complete list of secondary bureaus and contact, like, subscribe, share this video, and leave a comment. I will email it to you. So I want you to remember that the secondary bureaus and contact that I share in this video are just very few of them. So because there is complete list of secondary bureaus, there are many of them. I'll be honest, those are just like the main ones that you're going to be looking for. But there are so many of them that are reporting information to the main nationwide credit reporting agency. So our services, we provide notary public, credit repair and credit building, trade lines. We talk about the trade lines, personal and business funding. So this is the one of the most exciting part of the credit repairing process. When we repair your credit, when you have a good credit now, you can go out there and get funding for personal purposes or business. So when you start a business, you have to be investing on that business. You don't have how do you get it. So because you have a good credit profile, we can get funding this way at very, very low rates and high credit limit, right? This is the game. Entity formation. So if you are starting a business, contact us. We will credit for you the LLC, the S corp, and so on, so on. Asset protection. We provide asset protection. We have a very good network, a big network of very good lawyers that we work together on asset protection, and for that you need to structure your asset. You don't want lawsuit coming after you to ruin you, to take out what you have been building for years. So we want you to protect your asset. Website design. So if you need a website, you're starting a business, you need a website, contact us. We take care. Life insurance, IUL, whole life, and final expenses. I want you to be aware of the Index Universal Life Insurance, the IUL. It's a very, very powerful product. It's a hidden secret from people in America. Yeah, in America. So I want you to book a consultation. We can discuss about you or any of these product and see how you can get it. So this is our contact. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Let us know if you need other content like this one and we'll make it for you. If you have any question, send them in the comment section of this video and we will get back to you as soon as we can. So until then, take care of yourself and see you in the next video.